Today, I will be talking about British passport interview. Hello everyone, I hope you are all well and healthy. If you are new here, my name is Charlene and here I share with you and show you anything relating to our life here in the UK. Welcome here. In my previous video, I have answered a few of the most frequently asked questions about British passport application, and I hope that you can check out this video for those answers. And one of the questions there was, did you go for a passport interview? And I also mentioned in that vlog that I will be doing a separate video about British passport interview. And so this video is all about, guess what, British passport interview. Before I begin, I just would like to say thank you to all our subscribers. We have now reached 1,900 subscribers. Thank you very much for your support and for watching our videos. I hope that somehow you found our videos entertaining or at least helpful. And I also would like to invite you, if you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. There will be more fun and interesting and informative videos to come here in our channel. So I hope that you can also join us. Thank you very much. Now, here are the items that I will be discussing today. Why is there a passport interview? Who gets called for a passport interview? What do you need to do before a passport interview? What are the possible questions asked during the passport interview? What do you need to do next after your interview? And some tips about passport interview that might be useful to you. So let's crack on. So why is there a passport interview? When you apply for your first adult passport online, it will show towards the end of your application that passport interview is one of the steps that has to be completed, as shown here. If you look at the steps here, it is the last one before your application is considered for approval. Passport interview aims to confirm your identity or establish your identity and to double check that the information that you have provided during your passport application are genuine or true. So basically, the passport office just would like to confirm that you are who you said you are on your passport application form. I believe that it is only fair because the passport office only wanted to stop any possible cases of identity fraud. This is a kind of reassurance to us as well that only genuine applicants are given the passport here in the UK. Next, who gets called for a passport interview? First, let me tell you who are not required to go for a passport interview. These are the applicants who are renewing or replacing their passport and those who are applying for their first passport whose age are 16 years old or below. Again, these are the people who do not need to go for an interview. Now, moving on to those who might get called for a passport interview. The government website states that after applying for a passport, an applicant may get an interview. It does not specify that every applicant should go for an interview. Therefore, you will notice that if you ask around among people who applied for their first British adult passport, you will notice that there is a mixture of people who went for an interview and those who were not asked to go for interview. I think this decision depends on the caseworker who is working on your application. So even though your friend or someone you know was not asked to go for an interview during their application, it doesn't mean to say that you will not ask for an interview and vice versa. So after you have submitted your application, always keep an eye on your email or your phone just in case they contacted you for an interview. Next, what do you need to do before and during the passport interview? If you've been contacted by the passport office and you've been asked to go for an interview, here are the things that you need to do before that interview. The government website mentioned that due to coronavirus, there had been no face-to-face interviews. And so at the moment, they are doing this online or through a video interview. They will let you know through an email or a phone call if you have to go for an interview. Most likely, you will be asked to install Skype for Business app on your computer or your laptop or your mobile phone, whichever has a camera, before you go for that interview. They will then send you an email with a link for the interview roughly few minutes before the appointment. Then you should just then follow the instructions that they will provide in that email. During the interview, you will not be allowed to look at your notes. You have to answer their questions from your own memory. You will not also be allowed to have someone with you in the room during the interview. And the interview will last for 15 to 20 minutes. Next, what are the possible questions that will be asked during the passport interview? Here are the possible questions that would be asked during the interview. This includes your basic information such as your full name, where they might need you to spell it for them, where you were born, your current address and your previous address before moving to your current address, and when did you move to your current address. They might also ask about your home, which includes the details about your current residence, such as the type of property, if it's a house or it's a flat, how many bedrooms, who is your gas provider, your internet or telephone provider, what is the surrounding like, is there a pub close to your place or the nearest supermarket or shop or a post office, and how do you get there? They might also ask about your employment, such as what is your current job and how long have you worked in your current employer. Describe your current job, and then which bank do you use. They might also ask about your family, the name of your parents, and what do they do for a living. Have you got any siblings? How many siblings have you got? What are their names and what do they do for a living? Where are they? And then if you have kids, how many kids do you have? What are the age of your kids? Do they go to nursery or school? They might also ask about the person who countersigned your application, such as what's their name, how do you know them, how long have you known them, what's their job, and where do they work. And also, if you are a naturalized British citizen, they might ask you, when did you first enter the UK? When did you get naturalized? When and where was your citizenship ceremony? And if you got your naturalization as a spouse of a British citizen, they might ask you to tell them about you and your spouse, when and how did you meet, where did you get married, when did you get married. And another possible question is, when you receive your passport, what are your plans, any planned holidays or trips soon? So have a read through these questions, and if you think that you need to review some of the information that are difficult to remember, such as your previous address or your previous job, then feel free to do so. Next, what do you have to do next after your passport interview? Well, the short answer there is wait. Yes, that is the next step. They will not let you know during the interview if your application has been successful, but they will surely let you know in a few days if it has been approved through an email. Always make sure that you check the spam or junk folder in your email, just in case the passport office email goes in there automatically. If you have not heard from the passport office in the next week or two, try and contact them and ask them if your application is still in process. Next, some useful tips that might be useful for you. First, if you cannot remember the exact answer to some of the questions, give them the approximate closest answer that you can remember. Next, if you did not understand the question, do not hesitate to ask the interviewing officer to repeat or clarify the question for you. Next, in answering the questions, do not elaborate your answer if you don't have to. Just answer straight to the point. Then, be polite in answering their questions. Remember that the interviewing officers are only doing their job, which is to establish your identity. Remember that to get through the passport interview successfully, just keep calm and answer the officer's questions truthfully and honestly. If you are who you said you are, then there shouldn't be a problem. Everything will be okay. Right, I will stop here for now. I hope that this has given you some useful information and that this has given you some reassurance that there is nothing to worry about if you have been asked to go for a passport interview. If you like this video, please don't forget to click the thumbs up button down below, and also please don't forget to click the subscribe button if you would like to be notified when our next videos are uploaded. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for watching. All the best on your application. Please stay safe and have a nice day. Bye.